From Turning Stone Resort in upstate New York, this is Poker Night in America. Welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm your host, Chris Hansen. Well, it appears that our Turning Stone series has been rolling along nicely, and our Poker Night at the Movies segments with Richard Roper, Jennifer Tilly, and Phil Locke have been really well received by you, the viewing audience. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tonight, we get another heaping helping of that Poker Night special sauce. Here's the updated stat counts. As we look around the table, we can see that all of these players in for a minimum of 5, maximum of 20,000. And right now, Gina Fiore, midway through day 2, has made the most money at this table at $6,500.
You dress like this every day?
Poker Night in America, brought to you by 888 Poker, where the world plays online.
Wow, that's a huge fish. Is that a trout?
No, silver standard.
Did you cook it?
Yeah, Matt cooked it.
I cooked it 30 minutes after we caught it.
Where?
Nice. Alaska.
Wow.
Nick River. It was delicious.
So my son, he'll be 3 in October, and he did this. No bull. He did it at least
Igor
15
Kurganov
times
folds,
for no less than
and
10
now to
seconds
Matt
every
Russell
time.
with pocket 9s in the straddle.
God, look at that little face.
So we're heads up with 9s versus
Like,
10s.
it's unbelievable.
Jump that high. It looks like a high
8 high
jump.
flop will have both these players feeling very comfortable about their pocket pair.
And that's my oldest when we're watching television together.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a great family.
Yeah. Now I just have to get a mother for them. Or a wife for me. They got a mother, but guess I went the wrong way there. Let's Alaska. We can lose a body real easy.
Get a step
Check
mom.
raise by Matt Russell, and another raise up to 1,900. As I had thought, both of these players with an overpair to the board, feeling pretty
What are you
confident.
in for, 20?
No, 12.
Oh, you're doing good then.
Yeah, I'm up about, well, 5 now. But I was up 10 when I got back from dinner. Something went horribly wrong.
And you got unlucky. You got dealt the 7 deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ran bad there.
That's a dangerous
Russell
game.
checks, and the bet is 2,100 from Esfandiari. But Matt Russell says that's all the further he's going to go, and he folds.
Up, Ant's making a run,
And
guys.
Antonio Esfandiari will win our first hand of the night here at
Shadow.
Turning Stone.
9 high, don't have anything? Or?
Dark raise if everyone folds.
I'm doing my bit to make the world go round.
You always got something. That's why you up.
You're doing
Dark limp if everybody
blind raise
folds.
on the
If
button.
everybody folds.
If everyone folds to you, I'm gonna make it a blind 12.
I just got ADD.
I make it a blind limp though first.
Can't sit still.
Okay, if
Then
everyone
you make a
folds
blind
to
raise if this
Antonio, I'll
plays
make
is
it
blind
12.
limp.
You can't put it out right now,
I
though.
feel like I don't even want to look at my cards just because I don't want to scrub your guys'
I'm gonna
fun.
pull it back.
You can't put it out right now, though.
If you guys fold, this hand's gonna get nuts.
I
That's
have
all.
no idea
That's
what
all.
to do.
This is gonna be the 7 deuce hand. Like, don't play marginal
can't
hands,
put it
guys.
out.
You're
You
gonna
can't
have a
put it out.
crazy
No, this is
action
my
pot.
straddle.
Yeah, you can't put
You're
that
gonna have either a
1200.
stuck, or I'm already really stuck.
Right, yeah.
Come on, Richard.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a hand or not.
Right, yeah.
I want a hand.
You're allowed to blind limp. Okay, I limp. I'm not looking.
Okay, so you
You're
have
gonna
to
wreck
hold
it?
it.
That's a
So
blind
Antonio has
limp.
to pull it
blind
back,
limp?
right?
That doesn't change
You
the
can't
answer.
put it out.
Okay, still not looking.
No, because I said
This
if
is
everyone
live.
fold, I said if everyone folded to you, I'd put it
If
out.
you guys fold, it's 1,200.
No, he limped.
No, he blind.
blind.
That was blind.
Blind limp.
Blind
Wait.
limp, blind raise, blind 12.
Okay, all right.
We still have everything set in motion.
Okay. It's the Meister.
Save Jen
He saved
1200.
me,
He
right?
saved you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at mine.
How tilty is Jen gonna be if she's got a big hand now?
Alrighty then. Woo. Goodbye.
Guy can't help himself.
What version of you thought I was gonna fold?
I know.
If the day ends in Y, he's
A
calling.
pair for both players. Thomas hits top pair with top kicker. Esfandiari with middle pair, the 8s. With 3,000 in the pot, Travell Thomas bets 4,400. And now enough to put Travell all
got two
in.
pair?
No, do I have 2 pair?
Could we run it twice or something? What
No,
do we do
one
here?
time, go.
A quick call from Thomas.
How does that happen? It's just so
I
sick.
hate that hand.
Turn is a 5.
What'd you have? Queen 10.
River is a 3.
Meister strikes again.
It's freaking hard to make a hand, no? But they just have it every time.
Val Thomas
How's that possible? For 8 hours.
will double up to Antonio Esfandiari, something he has been doing quite a lot of here at our table at Turning Stone. Come back to find out if his hot streak continues.
You can't outplay the T-Meister.
Poker Night in America is being brought to you by 888poker.com, where the world plays online.
2 to 1 or something on that number?
How much are you betting?
You can bet whatever you want. I'll take as much as you want on 2 to 1.
And you're giving me 2 to 1.
100 straddle. You're giving me 2 to 1.
Thanks for coming back to Poker Night in America
you to give
at
me 2 to
Turning
1.
Stone Resort.
Well, you were very confident, so if you want to give 2 to 1, I'll take it.
How much do you
Jennifer
want to
Tilly starts this
Whatever you
hand
want.
with a raise to 300 with suited Jack 10.
bet? $500. And what was the question? How many rebels am I live?
Yeah. You have 150 and over.
Gotcha.
Okay, well. All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You want the number?
Yeah.
300.
I said 1,245.
That was easy. I mean, I should have bet more, but he was scared.
If he has
like,
one
so
a day,
confident in
that's
it, too.
365. I mean, even if he has one a week, that's 50 in a year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You are as good at this game.
What
as
would the
2-0.
number be? Would you guess?
Here's the jump bid that
If
got
I
him.
were figuring it, I'd probably say like.
Well, I think he had a number in his head anyway that he just.
Probably in the neighborhood of 1,000.
Thank you.
I was like, he's
I
gonna
was
say
only going
300.
into like 300.
If anybody drinks it, either you like Red Bull or you never drink it.
And I'm not
I
saying
can't
that
stand
because
it.
of
I
me.
never-
I'm just saying, as a general person, 2 a week times
That-
10 years or
that's
something
not-
like that.
that's
You
what I
know,
was
How much
thinking.
are you
That's
paying,
out for a
Jennifer?
while.
You think you
I
got
was
2
thinking
a
if
week
you-
for 10 years?
No, but
That's
I'm
fine, that's
saying
fine.
if I were
If
him,
you had 1,200 Red
Don't have
Bulls,
to go.
I
Yeah.
haven't
almost
had, no.
But if you had asked me, have you ever had Red Bull before? I'd say I tried it twice, I didn't like it. I mean,
Right,
I'd
but
answer something like
I
that
had a
quickly.
generic answer.
If you had asked
yeah.
Matt
so
about
you get the
sex,
game,
that's the same
right?
thing you
Yeah,
would've
I
said.
like it.
I tried it twice, I
So
didn't
it
like
can
it.
get really fun and interesting.
Yeah, that can get
All
wild.
right, Richard, how many women do you think he slept with in his life?
I wouldn't answer that
See,
question.
now
on
that
TV.
could be
No, he doesn't
that
have
could be
to
a
answer it.
complete trick question because, you know,
Whatever,
it's
whatever you like.
2014.
He's got nice hair and like he drinks Red Bull more than we would think, and you know, he's won $1 million playing blackjack.
3 times.
Flies first class.
I'm not doing that one.
Yeah, I would
Because
not
I
answer
could-
that
Because
question.
that could put him in a compromising
Yes, that's what I was
position. I don't know if he's got a girl.
Would that put you in a compromising?
No,
I say
it won't.
30.
He's
It won't.
Richard. He approves the question 100%.
Do I have to actually answer the number?
I respectfully
No.
Well, then it's not going to compromise me.
We'll let
All right, let's
Yeah,
see
but
what Gina
then
thinks
all
on
of a
that.
sudden
Yeah, we'll
your
do
girlfriend
Gina.
ever says, why does that idiot think that you're such a slut?
Yeah.
Gina,
What's the question?
how many women do you think he slept with in his life?
Kurganov right now
You have
wishing
to write
for
it down.
peace and quiet.
How well do you guys know each other? At all?
We've never met.
No, no.
All right, I'm in on this one.
You're in
I have to
500?
think,
All
I
right,
have
done.
to think. I have to think.
2K the bet from Kurganov.
This was taking me to places
Nobody's
I didn't want to
asked
go.
my age. Like my age.
You don't. She doesn't get to know. All she gets to
We
know.
don't need to know your
All she gets to
age.
know is what she's known so far.
Tilly raises to 6,000.
I would not answer that question for Meal TV.
I don't want to answer the question
I
about
would not
anybody
answer the
ever
question.
because it opens up a whole thing. You do not want to be sitting on your sofa when that question gets asked and then someone's going, well, what about you? I just,
Well, the rest of the table is
edit me out of that question.
Chatty Cathy. We've got some serious poker being
Write
played.
it low, Gina, so no one can see you writing or anything.
I
Write it low.
wrote it.
But I don't think Kurganov's going to make a call.
What an outstanding question.
It is. It's a 4-star question.
4 stars. Good.
I had a
4 star.
97 earlier and a 4-star now. From
80,
you.
80 out of 100.
Love that. If I go to Chicago, I'm buying you dinner for sure.
All right.
I might be coming to Chicago pretty soon, actually. I think.
I'll leave the keys under the
My
mat.
buddy lives in.
My place is
my buddy
yours.
Let's
lives
see
in
if
Melrose
Kurganov wants to
Do
gamble.
you have a guest bedroom?
And I guess he does. He moves all in.
Set of jacks or
Until he
okay.
calls.
10 jack? Wow, all in? Gangster.
Table a little surprised at the speed at which Kurganov has played this hand. Oh boy, now he's open-ended for the straight.
What?
You got a club draw.
Oh, you got a club
You got a club
draw.
draw, too.
He's only got
Club.
Yeah,
But
look,
Tilly
defense.
picks up the flush draw.
Oh, nice, nice.
Rick on the River is going to give Jennifer Tilly the $34,000 pot. Unofficially, I believe that might be the biggest pot ever on Poker Night in America.
Okay, is the number in, Gina?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 4 ways. So you're in? What side you want?
I'm in the next one. This one just because it's
four-handed,
how
it's
many
confusing.
It is.
Okay.
It's more.
Well, it's
I
kind
want
of
to watch
personal
one
for
more,
him,
and
too.
plus it's slightly personal.
He's going to be skewed by his own number.
All right, 3 ways.
And who is in? You're in?
Oh, yeah.
Antonio's in and Gavin? No, and you're in, right? Okay. 13.
No, he's not in.
Oh, you're
Just
not in?
3 of you.
13.
13.
Antonio, it's on you.
What is it?
13.
14.
15.
17.
18.
How do I want? I want to go under 18.
So you buy.
I go with your side.
Okay.
You guys want to know?
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
Here, let me pay up.
It's 8.
Oh my!
That's what I get. This number is always
She thinks you're the ugliest guy in the world.
Wait, this year or this year, right?
What's the actual number?
This year?
It's higher than 8. It's higher than 8.
I hate to break up the fun discussion happening at the table, but I have been told that indeed that almost $35,000 pot, the biggest in the history of poker night in America. Congratulations, Jennifer Tilly.
8. And you can put a 0 next to that 8, and you're getting in the neighborhood.
No, that's closer.
Yeah. I laid you 1.5 to 1.
So cute. You really didn't, just one number, just an 8?
Just an 8.
Just one digit. Oh, that's so cute.
She's being nice.
Put it this
She was
way.
being nice.
I would not have said 8 if that had that been on me.
She wasn't trying to call me a
Had to keep going
I
for
think
a
she
while.
was being nice.
Yeah.
That's not being, well, not to a guy, but I guess that's being nice.
I got to get out of New York. I live with a bunch of
Yeah,
hoes.
they pay 10 and 30. 8. That's a bad beat right there.
T-Mice, you just made $1,000 on that, huh?
Made $1,000 on that. I could have made more if he wanted to up the ante. Well, my dumb self said under 17, said I'll bet you more.
I know they're so wrong, but I'm still losing.
Oh, I can't believe that. Yeah. Yeah, see, I would have lost on that.
Right.
But
You
see,
would have lost too.
I would have lost for sure.
Yeah.
Well, because I know the number,
looking
or
at you,
roughly,
you
know,
don't
in the
seem like
neighborhood,
a-
and I'm like, I'm influencing myself, you know?
Right.
Antonio Esfandiari could have got a free turn if he wanted, but it looks like he's going to try to get more money in the pot.
That was all about who was doing the selecting.
yeah.
That's
It was
why
certainly far
much
off
better
from
than
8.
He
mine.
didn't want a free turn, but does he want a free river?
I would have said 82.
That'd still be low.
Maybe she didn't finish writing her number. Maybe 8, she was like in the middle. She was just deciding on the second digit.
Esfandiari continuing to bet that draw. 2,000 is the bet.
Let's move on. This is not the
And wow, Gavin Smith succumbs to the pressure from Antonio and folds his aces. More adult conversations when we return.
That won't make TV.
Oh, yes, it will.
Closed captioning is brought to you as a public service by Poker Night in America. Thanks for coming back to Poker Night in America from Turning Stone Resort in Verona, New York.
So we have 8 and over.
We have overs, yeah, it's 8 and over.
Do we have 8 and over?
Yep, 8 is over for us.
Does anybody want under 7? 7 is
Under 8.
Yeah, I think that was a bad bet on your part there.
Godfather is so long. 6
It doesn't have to be the
It
Godfather.
doesn't have to be 8. But it's likely.
It's like 13, 14.
I mean, like Shawshank Redemption, I probably watched it
God.
at least 20 times.
Me too.
I mean,
So good.
literally 20
You can
20
never get
times.
tired of it.
Yeah,
I
I love
watched
it.
Any Given Sunday a lot. You ever watch that?
That's a good
I
movie.
love how you just come out with any given Sunday.
Given Sunday.
Like, we're talking about Shawshank and Godfather.
He came up with the
You got Richard at the table, and you're gonna insult him with any given Sunday, bro?
I'm going to guess it's something before you were 10 years old.
Like Blow, I've seen Blow at least
No
10,
way,
10
no
or 15
chance,
times.
Andy.
Huh?
All right, no more action?
chances before he was 10 years old.
Why?
Because they didn't have VCRs. They didn't,
Richard.
didn't have DVD players.
You
You
want the number?
movies that many times.
We're ready for the number.
The number
Maybe
is
like 15 or over.
I think it's 7.
Wow.
17.
That's a bold
Yeah,
17.
we're about right on.
Which one was
15,
Well, you know what?
13.
Here's the thing. And I wasn't going
I
to give
said-
any more, clues, but it is The Godfather because I've
Is it Godfather?
given like lectures on it or hosted
Okay.
charity screenings of it. So you watch it or you do a shot-by-shot
Which I didn't have a
analysis.
clue in that.
So, but I mean that counts as watching it. It wasn't always sitting at home on my couch, so it would have
Now
been
take
closer
back
to 10.
your before he was 10 comment.
No, because I saw Pete's Dragon like 10 times when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, but I'm trying
A lot
to
of
age.
kids-
That's
a lot
what
younger
kids
than
do.
us.
It's about the technology that was
You're a
available.
lot younger than us.
Yeah,
That's not true.
How old
when
are you?
Get to,
You're like
know,
34 for
they
35, right?
They didn't VHS and shit. They didn't,
You're,
watch.
what are you, Matt?
I'll
You're-
tell you later.
You're 30. You're less than 35.
I'll tell you later.
You're older than that?
Nobody wants to tell their age on camera.
Bunch of divas.
Tilly was the initial better, figuring her 9's got to be good with a 5-high flop. Fury raised to 1,800.
Point is, like Grease, I probably saw. Like,
Joining me in the tournament.
I saw Grease a lot.
I've probably seen Grease 10 times.
Check this time from Tilly, and 2,700 the bet from
What
Fiore.
about Titanic? It comes on TV all the time.
I never see it on TV.
Let's do Titanic. What you would rate Titanic? It's a good movie to rate, actually. But he's rated some other movies today, so that's probably not fair to you. Let's do a random question.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
that's
let's do a random question. Okay. Gavin Smith, what's your one favorite single item of food to eat?
And they go check, check on the river.
Thanks, Ham.
And Gina Fiore continues her winning ways on Poker Night in America.
Penny bolognese.
Richard, how much would he have to get paid to never eat it again for the rest of his life?
I make a blind bet of 500 here if everybody folds to me. Okay?
I make a blind limp, and if you blind call me, I blind jam it.
If I blind call your jam?
Yeah.
If it gets,
No,
if it
only
gets to
if
you.
I limp, and then you are allowed to make the 500.
I'm gonna dark raise it.
If it limps to you and you do 500, he's jamming.
Oh, all off. You know what? If I
Blind.
was down more, I would do that. But now Antonio's in the mix.
He got all that money in front of him, yeah.
Wily, crafty
Wait.
Antonio.
You know that though, right?
So,
Wait.
No, no,
That's
no,
nice.
you don't have to.
Look,
Yeah.
if someone calls, it comes back.
No, if they rave, it comes back. If the action's not changed, it's
No,
No, no, it comes back.
it comes up.
No, I thought.
It's gonna be like a family
Where I'm
pot.
from, it,
Right.
when you,
For me.
if the action's not changed, it
Yeah,
stays.
we're all white.
We're all white.
No, not you.
Did you say
you're,
white?
You're not. You're Canadian. That doesn't count. Yeah.
I'm more white than the rest of them.
Yeah, you are.
That's translucent. So tilted, I might make it 300, so it makes it 1,000.
You folded your cards on the bottom, on the last hand for
If you-
50 cents?
You're damn right. If you seen my hand, you would have folded it too.
I don't even want my
Check
cards
it,
back.
Man, that was the nittiest play of the day.
If you
Yeah.
seen
You
my
put
hand,
Frankenberger to shame, bro.
You're
You guys go back and watch the hands I play when it
Right.
airs, and we'll see how
if you
many
seen
Frank
my hand,
Burgers,
you would have
okay?
folded.
You put Frankenberger to shame.
Check.
We'll see. Go back and watch the tapes.
So an absolute pile of garbage hands going to the flop. Kurganov and Smith both hit the 6 on the flop, but Frankenberger in the best spot here with the gut shot straight draw and a flush draw.
Family call the flop.
Jennifer Tilly with king, and that's about it. She calls.
Richard, don't be a party spoiler. Put in your 50 cents like a good boy. Don't fold, don't fold.
Hey.
Richard Roper
There we
pretty
go.
much just lighting a $50 bill on fire.
It was just
This is a
because of the
first.
joy you had, Jennifer, when you said that. Give me my 50 back.
I checked.
Turns another 6.
Oh, sorry.
So both Gavin Smith and Igor Kurganov have made trip 6s.
Dare you.
That was so much fun. Oh,
Gavin
oh my
bets
God.
400. We're now to Kurganov. A call. Frankenberger with the flush draw. It's a raise to 1,200. Gavin Smith calls.
All of it.
And all in for Kurganov at 6,800 bucks. And the flush draw folds, so now back to Gavin Smith and his trip 6s. And he has got Kurganov way out kicked, and Kurganov getting it in all the wrong spots.
It's gonna make my wiring life easier. I don't have to do anything with money anymore.
Well, that'd be.
What a way to end the night.
And Gavin Smith will close out our night here at Turning Stone with a 15K pot. Here are the results from day 2 at Turning Stone. The big winner was Phil Hellmuth, who currently at this point is probably in the air somewhere. He left the table with a big win, had to catch a flight. And of course, where there's winners, that means that somebody's got to be a loser. And for the night, Igor Kurganov, again, getting it in all the wrong places. When we come back, we'll explore the power of a steely, blue-eyed gaze at the poker table when Poker Night at the Movies reviews Cool Hand Luke.
Poker Night in America is being brought to you by 888poker.com, where the world plays online.
Welcome back to Poker Night in America. It was the 1967 film Cool Hand Luke that cemented Paul Newman's status as one of the top movie actors of his generation. In tonight's scene during a poker game with his fellow inmates, Luke pulls off a major bluff with absolutely nothing. Because according to him, sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand. This is Poker Night at the Movies.
Yeah, I love this movie. You know, when people ask me who's your favorite actor of all time, Paul Newman's right up there. I mean, you think of all the different roles he did and how great he is in there. George Kennedy, who was terrific in there. And the poker clearly is not what that scene's about. It's all about Cool Hand Luke and how he becomes Cool Hand Luke.
Pulling the
So,
bluff.
I mean, as a movie, it's you know, it's a royal flush. I mean, it's just one of the great films of all time, I think, and just so well done. And so many of these movies, there's so much about like the people that are observing in the background and making comments and everything. I mean, we don't really get to see too much of the poker there, other than he ran a bluff.
There's a lot of sweat that's going on. A lot of intense sweat. Now let's talk about the bluff here. Now, when you're playing,
it was beautiful. It reminds me of like those old backgammon halls where you're playing a guy and he's supposed to be your opponent, but he's speaking Armenian with 9 of his Armenian friends, and they're all coaching him, but none of them really know what they're doing, so you let it go. So like, Cool Hand Luke, he's just letting 22 people help this guy play his hand, and he doesn't say a thing. And he's got a friend giving him his cigarette back and forth. He's too cool to hold his own cigarette.
Yeah, right? How about that?
And it's so, and then he has the coolest line at the end, and there's really not a lot of splash in the pot or anything. It's kind of semi-real. And it's the Nuts movie, and the callback, that scene sometimes winning with nothing is a real cool hand, and how George is like, wow, like when you were coming at me with nothing. I'm gonna give it Queens again, tied with Rounders. Yeah.
I think Phil really likes this movie.
I think so.
I don't know anybody who doesn't.
Well, oddly enough, I have not seen this movie. I love this scene. I thought it was fantastic. It was kind of like a Levi Strauss ad. I mean, everyone looks so great in their denim. Plus, there were a few people with their shirts off. Paul Newman, the gold standard of actors. George Kennedy, that's when character actors really were allowed to perform. I would give it, you guys are saying royal flush. I would say I would give it a royal flush also in terms of acting, and in terms of poker, it really is like one of those crazy out of control home games. I would give it a quads.
Wow, good stuff.
Well, I think everyone here likes Cool Hand Luke for a bunch of different reasons, and I think we're all agreed that let's not find out what prison poker is really like. I think we're
I do not want to play Brokeback Poker ever.
I don't ever. I want nothing to do with prison poker. All right.
Yeah.
For more from Poker Night in America, log on to pokernight.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, where you can see complete episodes and unedited live streams. Also, be sure to check out our online store for Poker Night shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. For everyone here at Poker Night in America, I'm Chris Hansen.
Gavin Smith, what's your one favorite dish?
Penny boneless.
Richard, how much would he have to get paid to never eat it again?
I've got it in.
Okay, I'm gonna say $1,000.
4,000.
10,000.
I call it there, and I take the under.
I'm over.
Over.
Richard, what's the number?
I said like 100 grand, 125 grand.
What? Yeah. I'd do it for $5,000.
From Turning Stone Resort in upstate New York, this is Poker Night in America. Welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm your host, Chris Hansen. Well, it appears that our Turning Stone series has been rolling along nicely, and our Poker Night at the Movies segments with Richard Roper, Jennifer Tilly, and Phil Locke have been really well received by you, the viewing audience. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tonight, we get another heaping helping of that Poker Night special sauce. Here's the updated stack counts. As we look around the table, we can see that all of these players in for a minimum of 5, maximum of 20,000. And right now, Gina Fiore, midway through day 2, has made the most money at this table at $6,500.
You dress like this every day?
Poker Night in America brought to you by 888 Poker, where the world plays online.
Wow, that's a huge fish. Is that a trout?
No, silver standard.
Did you cook it?
Yeah, Matt cooked it.
I cooked it 30 minutes after we caught it.
Where? Nice.
Alaska.
Wow.
Nick River. It was delicious.
So my son, he'll be 3 in October, and he did this. No bull. He did it at least
Igor
15
Kurganov
times
folds,
for no less than
and
10
now to
seconds
Matt
every
Russell
time.
with pocket 9s in the straddle.
God, look at that little face.
So we're heads up with 9s versus 10s.
Jump that high. It looks like a high
8 high flop will have both these players feeling very comfortable about their pocket pair.
And that's my oldest when we're watching television together.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a great family.
Yeah. Now I just have to get a mother for them. Or a wife for me. They got a mother, but I guess I went the wrong way there. Let's Alaska. We can lose the body real easy.
Get a step.
A check raised by Matt Russell, and another raise up to 1,900. As I had thought, both of these players with an overpair to the board, feeling pretty confident.
What, 420?
No, 12.
Oh, you're doing good then?
Yeah, I'm up about, 5 now. But I was up 10 when I got back from dinner. Something went horribly wrong.
And you got unlucky. You got dealt the 7 deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ran bad there.
That's a dangerous
Russell
game.
checks, and the bet is 2,100 from Esfandiari. But Matt Russell says that's all the further he's going to go, and he folds.
Ant's making a run, guys.
And Antonio Esfandiari will win our first hand of the night here at Turning Stone.
9 high don't have anything? Or?
Dark rays if everyone folds.
I'm doing my bit to make the world go round.
You always got something. That's why you up.
You're doing
Dark limp if everybody
blind race
folds.
on the
If
button.
everybody folds.
If everyone folds to you, I'm gonna make it a blind 12.
I just got ADD.
I make it a blind limp though first.
Can't sit still.
Okay, if
Then
everyone
you make a
folds
blind
to
race. If this
Antonio,
stays,
make
it's
it
blind
12.
limp.
You can't put it out right now, though.
I feel like I don't even want to look at my cards just because I don't want to scrub your guys'
Why not
fun.
pull it back?
You can't put it out right now, though.
If you guys fold, this hand's gonna get nuts. That's
I
all.
have no idea what to do.
This is going to be the 7 deuce hand.
Like, don't play marginal hands, guys. You're gonna have a crazy
No, this is
action
my
pop.
straddle.
Yeah, you can't put
You're
that
gonna have either
1200.
stuck, or I'm already really stuck.
Right, yeah.
Come on, Richard.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a hand or not.
Right, yeah.
I want a hand.
You're allowed to blind limp. Okay, I limp. I'm not looking.
Okay, so you
gonna
have to
wreck
pull
it?
it.
That's a
So
blind
Antonio has to
It's
pull
a
it
blind
back,
limp.
right?
That doesn't change the
can't
answer.
Okay, still not
No.
looking.
No, because I said if
This is
everyone
live.
fold, I said if everyone folded to you, I'd put it
If
out.
you guys fold, it's 1200.
No, he limped.
No, he
blind.
blind. That was blind.
Blind limp.
Blind
Wait.
limp, blind race, blind 12.
Okay, all right.
You still have everything set in motion.
Okay. It's the Meister.
Save Jen
He saved
1200.
me,
He
right?
saved you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at mine.
How tilty is Jen going to be if she's got a big hand now?
Alrighty then. Woo. Goodbye.
Guy can't help himself.
What version of you thought I was gonna fold?
I know.
If the day ends in Y, he's calling.
Pair for both players. Thomas hits top pair with top kicker. Esfandiari with middle pair, the 8s. With 3,000 in the pot, Travell Thomas bets 4,400. And now enough to put Travell all in.
No, do I have 2 pairs?
Could we run it twice or something? What
No,
do we do
one
here?
time, go.
A quick call from Thomas.
How does that happen? It's just so
I
sick.
hate that hand.
Turn is a 5.
What'd you have? Queen 10. Offsuit.
River is a 3.
Meister strikes again.
It's freaking hard to make a hand, though, but they just have it every time.
Travell Thomas.
How's that possible? For 8 hours.
We'll double up to Antonio Esfandiari, something he has been doing quite a lot of here at our table at Turning Stone. Come back to find out if his hot streak continues.
You can't outplay the T-Meister.
Poker Night in America is being brought to you by 888poker.com, where the world plays online.
2 to 1 or something on that number?
How much you betting?
You can bet whatever you want. I'll take as much as you want on 2 to 1.
And you're giving me 2 to 1.
On straddle. You're giving me 2 to 1.
Thanks for coming back to Poker Night in
No, I don't
America
want you to give me
at
2 to
Turning
1.
Stone Resort.
Well, you were very confident, so if you want to give 2 to 1, I'll take it.
How much
Jennifer
you want to
Tilly starts this
Whatever you
hand
want.
with a raise to 300 with suited Jack 10.
bet? $500. And what was the question? How many rebels in my life?
Yeah. You have 150 and over.
Gotcha.
Okay, well. All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You want the number?
Yeah.
300.
I said 1,245.
That was easy. I mean, I should have bet more, but
drinks
he was
it,
scaring
if
me
he has
like
one
so
a day,
confident
that's
in it, too.
365. I mean, even if he has one a week, that's 50 in a year.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You are as good at this game.
What
as
would the
2-0.
number be? Would you guess?
Here's the jump bit that
If
got
I
him.
were figuring it, I'd probably say like.
Well, I think he had a number in his head anyway that he just.
Probably in the neighborhood of 1,000.
Thank you.
I was like, he's
I
gonna
was
say
only going
300.
into like 300.
If anybody drinks it, either you like Red Bull or you never drink it.
And I'm not
I
saying
can't
that
stand
because
it.
of
I
me.
never-
I'm just saying, as a general person, 2 a week times
That-
10 years or
that's
something
what-
like that.
that's
You
what I
know,
was
How much
thinking.
are you
Red's
paying,
been out for a
Jennifer?
while.
You think you got 2 a week for 10 years?
No, but
That's
I'm
fine,
saying
that's
if I were
If
him,
you had 1,200
You don't have to go.
I
you're
haven't
almost
had.
dead.
No.
But if you had asked me, have you ever